All right, so here we are. We're going to go back again. Whoops. There we go. Now we see ice ages come and go. You know, ice age was a big deal for us, but it was only one out of a lot of them. And so we see the CO2 level go up and down, up and down, up and down, temperature, boing, you know, up and down, up and down. I mean, I've become really interested in the Eemian period, which was the last interglacial.
So if we can look at this for a second, it looks like the ice age itself lasts a pretty long time.
Yes.
And then there's
the interglacial is short.
A brief warm period, and then boom, you're back to a long period of ice again, and a brief interglacial. Actually, this is a complicated one.
Yeah.
But then the same pattern. It's cold for quite a long time. You know, you take a brief tropical vacation, and bang, it's cold again.
Yep. And what you need to see here also in terms of sea level rise, that when the sea level is going down, it takes a lot longer than when it's going up.
It's like the reverse. So,
yes.
so the sea level is high for a long period, and then it's low for a short period. And that's because it's taken so long.
Taken a long time to get down there.
But if you go up to the black one, I think you find out the reason why.
Yeah, this is,
that's carbon dioxide.
That's carbon dioxide, and they go down slowly, and then boink, goes up really fast, and down slowly, and boink. And what our friend Hal Wanless said is that the oceans, you know, they make a beach where they meet the land. And when the sea level is going up, the oceans just leave that beach behind and head inland. And they don't establish another beach until they're ready.
Until they're stable.
Yeah, until they're stable.
So I got a quick question.
Sure.
It looks to me like we're not that far off of the highest temperature in recorded history, right? I mean, that last peak right there.
Right here.
Yep, that right there. That would be the highest temperature in recorded human history, right?
Well, it wasn't really recorded at that point. I mean, we only started
unrecorded history.
Yeah,
unrecorded history, right?
But yeah, and we weren't really around. We were in Africa, you know, back then, so we weren't.
So that's really the average. That's the average for the.
Yeah, that's the average. You know, and all of this information comes from the ice cores.
But people have said recently that humans did not evolve for a hot planet.
Yeah, we're an ice age creature.
Yeah, and this really shows that we're a creature of the ice ages. We're not, our physiology is not evolved to deal with hot.
Yeah.
So this is a problem for us. We don't, and one of the things we've learned is that, like, even students don't perform well in schools when it's warm. Obviously, people can't perform well outside, but you don't think well, you don't learn well. This is a problem, but there's something really important I want to look at on this graph. And that is this gradual slope. This is really important, and we're going to come back to this a little bit later, but I want you just to note right now, look how slow it takes for the planet to drop the CO2 level from its high here to its low here. That's a period of about how long, Greg?
About 10,000 years. Is it?
No, it's about 100,000.
About 100,000. I'm sorry.
About 100,000 years.
That's powers of 10, right?
100,000 years, and we are, and that's to go from just below 3 to just below 2, and that's hundreds, right? So from about 300 to 200 took the planet about 100,000 years, and we're at above 4. So how long would it take us to get back to 3?
That's a question, isn't it?
About 100,000 years.
As a way to begin to think about it. Yes,
okay.
Of course, there are a lot of other factors, but
100,000 years it would take the planet just to get back where it was at the beginning of the last century. Okay, that's an important discovery, and this brings up something.
Yeah.
That we'll just talk about real quick, and that is that when you're flipping through this book, there's all kinds of questions you can ask, and there's all kinds of stories you can tell. So Gray's telling you one set of stories, but these graphs tell many, many stories.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, 100,000 years ago, we were, it was Homo erectus. We weren't yet sapiens. And we were just emerging from the forests out onto the plains of Africa, which were full of wildlife. This is the sort of golden age of mammals. And, you know, you can't imagine how many creatures our landscape can support if given half a chance.
By the way, this was their oh shit moment.
Who's
All these Thompson's gazelles are looking at that guy and going,
oh
oh shit.